Can you hear my fridge? Sorry about that. I'm gonna read a couple lines from this poem. Dried maple and ash bark, lush emerald flats, the fall-colored arena hark, the wide superior mats. At the valley's peak, encircled my life, the open space speaks. Let me end the strife.
What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. I'm having audio issues on my end. Like, the audio on Streamlabs is loading really weird. So if it's weird for you guys, just let me know and I'll try and fix it. But first things first, what's up, Dorian? What's up, CSC? NVIDIA report in 1 hour 30, right, guys? Yes. Very interested in NVIDIA earnings. How will that affect the markets? So I hate... And we're going to go into this when we get into Bitcoin, but I'll talk about it at first because I know a lot of you just want the thoughts on NVIDIA. NVIDIA better, dude. So here's my thing. Recently, the market has been affected by news. Like, news and catalysts are pushing the market. It's not actually organic movement. And that's why we're seeing kind of lower volume. Like, first we had the CPI report, and the CPI report was very good for Bitcoin, and Bitcoin pumped. And then we had the Ethereum like ETF, and that kind of pushed the market forward. Now we have Nvidia. Now, I have no idea what Nvidia is going to do. I honestly have not done any research. I know Nvidia has been a very hot company. They've been outperforming. I think they've outperformed every quarter for the last like 5 years or something like that. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. But the biggest thing here is, guys, if Nvidia like just shits the bed with earnings. Now, if earnings are like even, it'll be a non-event. If earnings are very positive, it'll be very, very good. And Bitcoin will probably pump to 71K, 71.5. If it's really bad, however, I could see that taking us down. And again, I hate to... I'm a trader. I don't really look at news to trade. I don't research. I don't go on like CNN or CNBC or Fox News and look into stuff like that. My problem is I look at the chart and I trade the chart, and I'll be honest with you, there's nothing on Bitcoin right now that remotely resembles any sort of lower time frame or higher time frame reversal. So for me, the latest move that just happened is not validated and will probably continue. And I'm just skipping to Bitcoin real quick. So basically, what I'm trying to say is on the 1 day, we have this inverted head and shoulders, right? Very clear, very obvious, neckline break. We should be continuing upwards at this point. There's no reason we shouldn't. The daily's not even overbought. The weekly's not even close to overbought. The 4 hour has corrected. The 1 hour has corrected. All of the 30-minute, 15-minute, I mean, everything has corrected. So for me, and even still, let's look at the daily. There's no bearish divergences. We just confirmed a reversal pattern. 4 hour, we sorted overextension, low volume, price going down. No bearish divergences. So if we dump, no bearish divergences on MACD either. For me, if we dump, it's just why? Why would we dump? And for me, the only answer is because the move isn't valid. And honestly, it's been news-based the entire time. Now, you could argue, hey, couldn't we just retest 67K? In a way, you're right. But why? Why would we need to retest 67K other than liquidating people? Which, I'll give you that reason. Maybe it's to liquidate people. But there's nothing that's overbought at this point. The 1 day, that 4 hour, the 1 hour, the 30-minute, nothing's overbought. Nothing has bearish divergences. Nothing has any sign of reversal on it. So is it a retest because the move isn't valid, or is it a retest just to liquidate people? I'm not sure. I think price is staying low today to make a bunch of people short, and we can squeeze them and push higher. Probably. What's up, yes sir? How's it going? Hope you're doing well, my man. So I want to talk first things first, SPX. Guys, it's very unfortunate, but we are forming bearish divergences on SPX. Unless we close this weekly green, which, there's always a possibility we do, but you have higher highs in price and lower highs in RSI. You're creating bearish divergence. That's kind of an issue. For me, I have this drawn out, possibly get a long period of sideways, maybe down, and ultimately forming like some kind of flag to continue higher. And again, that's to sort your overextension, and then the divergence is created between the two highs. Now, could we ignore divergences and continue upwards? Yes. It's always a possibility. But this week, if this week turns green, we don't have the divergences and we can continue upwards. And as long as we continue upwards and break this high, then we don't have divergences anymore. And that's realistically your only option. Again, market closes in 2 days. There's lots of time to change. Obviously, we had a nice market pump on Bitcoin. So, yes, we did get a correction as a result. What's up, SGH? 2 finals left, finishing by next week. Congratulations, my man. It's finished strong. A bit worrying that AI coins are now rallying before the news. Not really. And you want to know why? Because you buy the rumor and sell the news. If everything's pumping now and the news drops, it should be positive, and AI coins might retrace off the news. Right? What we're looking for is just a zero, or I hate to put it this way, but we're looking for a 0 or a 1, right? We're looking for it to come in flat, or we're looking for it to be positive. If it comes in negative, now depending on how negative, that's going to affect all of cryptocurrency. And I hate to say that, but it is. Let's look at the dollar. So, with the bearish divergences forming on SPX, here you go. You're starting to bounce from support on the dollar. So a little bit of confluence there. It doesn't necessarily mean that crypto's screwed. Look, the dollar could literally do this. And what do you have? A double top. So it doesn't make the dollar bullish per se. It just, means short term we're probably going to see a reaction, which again, SPX, we have those potential divergences. It's very, very possible. Let's take a look at just total one. I have this kind of channel drawn. If we break it, awesome. The volume's there confirming the break. If we break, the 1 day has that, obviously, that inverted head and shoulders break. We're retesting that diagonal channel. Again, this is good, but if we don't start continuing upwards, it's going to get ugly, right? We have all these earnings reports that come out. We've survived most of them so far, but Nvidia is going to be the huge one. And I know a lot of you are like, well, why is Nvidia so important? Well, Nvidia has been driving the NASDAQ, which is essentially the tech stock index, right? Nvidia has also had a lot of ties with a lot of AI coins, a lot of AI crypto coins. If those drop, again, I think Bitcoin's going to drop if that happens. I'm not trying to be negative, but you have to look at every option, right? We can't just say pump all the time. I do like how Tau and some of these coins are pumping, and honestly with you, they should. They have massive bullish divergences. They just had a massive correction. For me, it would make sense that Nvidia comes in positive. We have all of everything on the chart that says pump. Are you going live for the earnings? No, I have a dinner I have to go to. Yeah, I have a dinner with a guy that does like analysis and algos and stuff, and I'm gonna see what he can do. Looking at Tether, again, we have that kind of diagonal breakdown, but volume's really low. Oh, excuse me. On the daily chart, you definitely have that. You have that kind of head and shoulders confirmation, and just like Bitcoin, we're trying to retest or kind of hold. I mean, if you look at a horizontal level, we're basically just retesting this horizontal level. So for now, it's okay, but again, you lose that level, and Bitcoin's move is likely invalidated. You're going to do this, and now it's no longer an inverted head and shoulders, and this would no longer be a head and shoulders. And, honestly, we'd probably just chop the rest of the summer. I mean, this thing, honestly, guys, I'm still macro bullish just because I'm saying that one earnings report is not going to change my macro view. My issue is, a lot of you know that I am in a swing long right now, and I would really, really like this to break 72K. If we don't and we go below like 68.8, I'm out of the trade. I'm profitable at the end of the day, but I'd really like to see, break 72, get into price discovery, and get a monster gain on this trade. I mean, who doesn't want that? People that are shorting right now, you're hoping that earnings takes us down, which that's risky, man. There's nothing on the chart that says to enter a short. Nothing. There's literally nothing. There's nothing on the daily. We just confirmed a 1 day reversal pattern. 4 hour doesn't have any divergences. We were overextended, so hence the drop. The 1 hour, again, we had some divergences on the 1 hour. But again, that's not going to take us like all the way down here. It's just going to be like a 2 or 3% correction. You have to remember, there's legitimacy in time frames. The higher you go, the bigger the move. The lower you go, the smaller the move. But let's look at Bitcoin real quick. So we've talked about the inverted head and shoulders. Kind of called every bit of it. Been bullish the whole way through. The biggest reasons, guys, again, is that weekly chart. The weekly is just way too bullish for me right now. You have massive bullish divergences between these last 2 points, the inverted head and shoulders confirming a reversal at this moment. I mean, to me, even if we do continue ranging, we're just going to create another divergence, right? We have higher lows in price, lower lows in RSI. So again, for me, if we continue to chop, it's not the worst thing ever. It just sucks for this one individual trade because I'd like to cash out plus 20, plus 30, plus 40%. That'd be huge. What's up, John? How's it going? Let's look at the 4 hour. So again, really no reasons to like say, okay, maybe we're going to drop a lot. Again, there's no bearish divergences. We're actually creating a bullish divergence if we close this 4 hour candle the way we are. Again, the whole uptrend, we haven't had a single divergence, so I don't have any issues with this. It's just going to come down to, are we going to see a catalyst that makes us drop? And just so you guys are aware, there is a chance that we completely wick and push upwards. So if I were you, I'd peep your stop safe. Sorry, I got a text. I got to answer this. Okay. We're good. The other thing, again, we have volume going down, price correcting. We just hit a major resistance level, so I'd expect a correction. It's tricky. This is really tricky. It's going to come down to what is Nvidia going to do for us, right? One thing I do like, again, we're moving sideways. Ultimately, not many issues. I know the last couple days we really haven't done anything, so it's tricky. It's just going to come down to earnings. I did really enjoy that late night stream. I'm going to have to do those more often if the market's moving significantly like it did, right? I mean, I know I probably should have streamed during. I unfortunately, I was out of commission. But, I would like to do those in the future. They were pretty cool. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance and then Ethereum, and then I'm probably going to call it, guys. There's not a lot happening, and unfortunately I can't stream during Nvidia, but make sure that you're watching and paying attention to what happens during that event. So my biggest thing here is we've actually created bearish divergences with a higher close. Again, RSI doesn't measure the wicks, so we actually have higher highs here and lower highs. Just more kind of confirmation on bearishness to give us kind of an alt summer written here. Obviously the Ethereum ETF is likely going to be passed. If you haven't bought any alts, I don't know what to tell you. A lot of them are starting to recover, and you should really take advantage of it. But let's take a look at Ethereum. Just going to open up the daily. You guys know that there's bullish divergences on the weekly. So the daily, we're actually looking pretty strong. We've broken multiple levels of resistance, kind of holding this resistance as support. I would say Ethereum looks way better than Bitcoin. I mean, you have that downtrend break. Ethereum looks really good. Bitcoin, not so much. It looks good, don't get me wrong, but not as good as Ethereum. We're also, rejecting resistance instead of holding it as support. So, again, we'll see with Nvidia. Maybe we get pushed above 73. That'd be awesome, but I doubt it. I'm doubting that. We'll probably get pushed to like 71.5 if it's really good, and then we'll likely range. Like, what I'm expecting is something like this, right, where we get a nice little range and then break out. Let's look at Ethereum and Bitcoin, and then, guys, I'm going to call it. I apologize for the short stream. I am hungry and exhausted. So Ethereum to Bitcoin, been pumping all week. This is excellent. We're starting to poke our head back into or just right above the support level that we lost a couple weeks ago. Really solid. We've been following the bullish divergences. We've had 4. We have 2 big ones on MACD. So very, very positive for Ethereum. Guys, I don't think Ethereum really starts going until we get above this level, the 0.06105. So realistically, we could do something like this, right? There's a million possible drawings I can put in there, but until we get above 0.061, we're just kind of ranging in this area. I'm up a little from CRV. I hope it does well this summer. Hopefully. It's at some point it should. So this is my biggest fear for Nvidia. You have a perfect double top on the weekly. There's a chance this could, if it breaks out, awesome. But here's my other issue. What are you going to do about that divergence? You go up, right? There's always a chance you go up. We could continue to go up, but you're going to create bearish divergences, and eventually it is going to come down. So, interesting to see. I mean, very nice double top so far, and we're holding that left side top. So we'll see what happens for earnings, but we are very set to start a market reversal on Nvidia. All right, guys, I'm going to end it there. Nvidia earnings are in an hour and a half. Again, I apologize for the quick stream. There's just not a whole lot I can update at the moment. Keep your eyes open, right? There could be a lot that happens in the next hour and a half. So if you got nothing going on or you need something to watch, definitely open the chart. I mean, it's in an hour and 10 minutes now. So hopefully Bitcoin, gets 71.5. I'm fully convinced we bull flag. If we head back up, it may be down again and do something like this again. That would make a bull flag. That would make me very confident. We're kind of in a weird area at the moment. So keep your head on a swivel. If you're in a long, make sure it's break even. I mean, if you're in a long, like around 67.2 to 67.3, make sure that is in break even or in profit. Right, guys. With all that said, be patient, use risk management, and good luck trading.